The STEM Society.
Welcome back to the STEM Society. My name is Cole Jackson. This is episode 82, and we are live. Thank you for coming back, man. I hope you guys had a great week. It is the weekend. It has been very dreary here in the UK. A lot of rain, a lot of cold, a lot of nonsense. For all of my people who are across the water, salute. It's Super Bowl weekend. I know Super Bowl Sunday is going to be here, and I know y'all can't wait to watch the Eagles and the Chiefs. I'm most definitely going with the Chiefs. I never bet against Patrick Mahomes. Never. I'm never going to do that. So I'm rooting for the Chiefs, man. I got to. I know everybody's like, we don't want the three-peat, but honestly, I gotta root for him. You just can't. He's like the new Tom Brady, bro. Like, come on, you can't do that. But yeah, my week was pretty good. Hopefully tomorrow, I'm recording this on Saturday. Tomorrow, DJ AG is supposed to be at a shoe store. I'm going to try to make it out there. I want to see DJ AG live. I've been talking about it, and he posted something on his IG talking about where he's going to be at, and for the what was it? The Jordan one that's going to be the Jordan one is supposed to be dropping. He's going to be out there for that DJing, and I got to go see him. So I will be out there. If you watch the show, make sure you dap me up and tell me what's up. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great weekend. Also, I usually do this at the end, but I thought I would just switch it up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, and if you're liking this content, and if you're new to the channel or new to the show, please subscribe, become a socialite, be a part of something that's special, be a part of the STEM Society. I just wanted to grow. I want to get to 1,000 subs by the end of March. It would be great if you're someone new here and you like the content. It would be great if you subscribe. I just want to hit my goal because that is going to do nothing but motivate me to do more. So please become a socialite and subscribe to the BYNK Media channel and watch the STEM Society every week. A lot of news that went down. Let's just get into the news.
Music news.
So I got to start it off by saying rest in peace to someone who I feel like was very important to hip hop. Irv Gotti passed at the age of 54 this past week. And honestly, it tore me up because Irv gave us so many great things. If you don't know, Irv was the founder of Murder Inc. He was a great producer. He introduced DMX to the world. He did a lot of stuff with Jay-Z. He was a big component of making Ja Rule the big star that he was or is to this day. And great mind for music. He came up in the really good Def Jam system with Leo Cohen when Jay was hot. Like, he came up in that system, and he was one of those people who knew music. Great mind for music. He just understood how it was supposed to be done. I think a lot of what he did with Murder Inc. mirrored what happened with Death Row minus the violence. And I think he really tried to model that label like the West Coast, like how Death Row was modeled, and it worked. They were on a run. They had a hell of a run. They had a great roster of rappers on there, and he just knew music. He was a producer at one point in time. He was a DJ, and I know a lot of y'all look at him from the Drink Champs interview and the stuff that went on with Ashanti and all that other stuff and kind of look at him as some kind of weird nigga, but if you really dig deep into your hip hop history or you learn something, what's going on with hip hop, Irv Gotti had a lot to do with great early 2000s music and the sound, everything. He had a lot to do with how things were being done. So I'm going to miss Irv. I'm going to miss seeing interviews with him because even though he would be on some wild shit, he would really incorporate a lot of knowledge about the business. And if you know me, I'm a big nerd when it comes to learning about the business or learning about hip hop. And he just had really great insight on music and just being a creative. He made movies. He did shows for BET. He took a lot of rap songs and turned them into like real shows. It was amazing. So I just wanted to say, Irv, we're gonna miss you. You were one of the people who I looked at when it came to the music business as somebody who could achieve whatever they wanted to achieve, and I thought it was great. And let me address the 50 Cent thing too, because I think a lot of people are looking at this as like he wrong or 50 is like he should. That's he's a maniac or whatever. 50 is 50, bro. I don't think it would be. I don't think we would have it any other way. He is who he is. There is a lot that came behind that beef between him and Murder Inc. And Irv. And for people to sit up here and kind of call him out on what he's doing, being insensitive, man, it's so much behind that beef that we don't know about. And is it fucked up? Yes. 50 is a fucked up individual for what he did and how he said goodbye to Irv. Do I understand why he did it? Yeah. It was real violence that came behind that whole situation. And, I was growing up when when that kind of stuff was happening. Like, I was growing up in that era. So I know, from what I read and what I seen at the time, like how bad it was. So for people to sit up here and criticize 50 for what he's doing, man, you had to be there to kind of understand why it is the way it is. So I don't blame him. I wouldn't have it any other way when it came to 50. He is who he is, and it sucks, and it's not the coolest thing to do, but the nigga is who he is. But rest in peace to Irv Gotti, man. I hope you rest well. We're going to miss you. 54 is not, that ain't old. Somebody once told me you're going to be old to some people, young to other people. It ain't going to matter, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day when they take you. So I just take care of yourselves, man. Learn how to take care of yourself. Go to the doctor. All the stuff that they're saying, they're being honest. Do that shit because we don't want people to leave here before it's their time. Rest in peace, Irv Gotti. All right, so today is the day where the Super Bowl is going to go down. Kendrick Lamar is going to be doing a halftime show. Let's talk about the interview with Nadeska and Ebro. The vibe and the energy that he had was so calm, cool, and calculating, if that makes sense. Like, Kendrick had a very, very calm demeanor and good aura about himself when he was doing the interview with Ebro and Nadeska. I thought, first and foremost, it was great to see him sit down with hip hop media for a change. They kept expressing that he doesn't do interviews, so on and so forth. I was just glad that we were in the room. I'm glad. I'm not the biggest Ebro fan. I do disagree with a lot of the stuff that he says because of the way he thinks is a little too old school for me. But I was happy to see Kendrick sit down with them and really talk. I know they didn't get into the beef stuff, which is fine. I think that was okay that they didn't get into the beef stuff. But they did really get into the GNX album, which I thought was really good, kind of explaining his processes. I thought that was good. And they actually kind of talked about how hip-hop made it to the point where it's halftime Super Bowl and will we ever make it this far? And that just really impressed me. It was a very solid interview. I really respect the fact that Ebro and Nadeska took this and had pride in what they were doing, and they actually gave us some really great questions when it came to that, especially Nadeska. I think Nadeska should be doing more interviews with hip-hop artists. She's very good at her job, and nobody really talks about it, but that's neither here nor there. Kendrick really, really, really just came off as this person who ain't bothered by shit. He just came off of winning 5 Grammys, and this nigga ain't worried about nothing. He's about to have one of the biggest performances ever, and he don't look shook, and it's amazing. The Timothée Chalamet interview, I didn't watch because I knew it was going to be some fluffy bullshit. No disrespect to Timothée Chalamet, but nigga, you Willy Wonka. I don't care about any questions that you have. It wasn't going to draw me in. I'm glad that we're getting all of this pomp and circumstances when it comes to Kendrick doing the halftime Super Bowl. I'm glad that we're giving this the attention that it deserves, and I'm super excited to see what the show's gonna be like, which transitions into the halftime Super Bowl set list leaking. Is it the set list? So I'll tell you this. I got a copy of the songs. I actually got to hear, and I don't know if it's real or not. Don't know if it's real. I don't know if you were on the internet when it dropped. I was. But I got a whole set list of what the songs are going to be. And they played it in order and they actually played like whatever the little skits between are going to be like. Because there are like some little talking segments that they're saying this is what's going to be said. It sounds legit. It did leak on the internet and it did get copyrighted. Like it got a copyright strike and it got taken down. So anybody who put it up, it got taken down real fast. The only thing that I'm thinking that's going to happen is he's going to have marching bands there to be able to play through some of this stuff and transition over into a lot of different songs. And I could be wrong and it could be something that's fake and I could land flat on my face. But if the same shit that got struck down on the internet is the same shit that I got, then it's correct. Which I most definitely, I want to post a set list, but I don't want to ruin it for y'all. Whoever leaked it is an asshole. They should have never did that. It's not going to rain on his big moment because it's most definitely going to be one of those things where you're going to get some unexpected stuff. That's all I can say. That's all I'm going to say about it because I'm already talking too much. I'm excited. I don't think I've been this excited for a halftime Super Bowl show since the Dr. Dre one. I knew that shit was going to be fire. I knew it was going to be heat. Congratulations, Kendrick. I think you had a phenomenal week. I think everything that went down this week for you, you earned and you deserve. I'm just waiting on you to drop the link for the album that's going to come out after this halftime show. It's coming. I'm telling you what I know. It's coming. He's getting this album out. It's going to be an album that comes out after this. There's no way we don't get an album without it. All right. Time for the big fish. Kanye West went on one of the biggest Twitter rants this side of the Mississippi. It was unbelievably reckless. It was unbelievably careless. And it got to a point where it got anti-Semitic, and it got to a point where it just got downright horrible. I debated on doing this on this week's episode because when I read a lot of the stuff that he put up, I was pissed, completely upset. I even tweeted about it, just kind of saying what we should do. For those who don't know, Kanye went on a Twitter rant that went on for probably 2 days, maybe 3 days, speaking on different things as far as like being anti-Semitic. He actually went on a whole Twitter rant about freeing Puff or Diddy or whatever you want to call him. He said fuck. He said fuck Virgil. He went into his bag about him being rich and not giving a shit about what the poor has to say about him because, you know, I used to be poor at one point in time, but I'm rich now. I don't have to listen to y'all's opinion, so on and so forth. Just a lot of bullshit that didn't nobody want to hear. If you're going to be easily offended, you can cut the video off right here because I'm probably going to get into a lot of things that offend me and probably go into a rant that a lot of people probably have never heard me talk like this before. I'm tired of getting to the point where we have to make up these excuses to excuse his bad behavior. I'm to the point now, and I've been here before, but I think this time, this time I mean it. Because there's been times where I've been fed up with Kanye and some of the things and his antics. The stuff that he did at the Grammys alone was it's just stupid and it's sick and it's childish. I've gotten to the point where when he does this stuff and we're like, oh, he's having another episode or he's bipolar or he's just a grown man child that completely loves attention and that comes across as a person who just has to have everybody look at him. I'm tired. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of sitting up here having to deal with someone who I feel like is one of the greatest artists I've ever listened to in my life. Do this to me, a consumer, and to you, a consumer that got him that $2.77 billion that he completely boasts about on a regular basis. See, what we fail to realize is he don't get that without us. He don't get none of that without us. And it's time for us to actually start taking a stand. If we're going to eat the rich in 2025, let's start with the boldest motherfucker in the room. Let's start with the boldest one in the room because he has so much to say about everybody. And I said it on Twitter. We most definitely need to return his clothes, never buy his products again. We should most definitely make sure that this album flop. And I never said it about anybody. I don't ever wish that upon anybody as far as like their artwork. But at this time around, honestly, I hope we make that album flop. I hope that he does not sell anything. I hope it goes wood because at the end of the day, you're not doing anything to help black people. You're not doing anything to fix what's going on. It's a lot of different situations that's happening in the world, and you're boasting about $2.77 billion and you're sending the game to Aston Martins or whatever the fuck that he sent game. I don't give a fuck. He was boasting that shit too. And it's to the point now where why should we forgive him? Why are we at a point now where we just have to write it off? Because at first I wrote it off as like, oh, he's in rollout mode again. Oh man, he's trying to get bully sold. And then it just got real nasty. It got real nasty out here. And it's just like, you get nowhere without us. Remember when Kanye used to be us? Remember when Kanye used to be a person that understood how it is to struggle or how it is to make ends meet and how to be able to, we had to spend our money on music that we love. And he used to care. Now he's a rich nigga that don't give a fuck about nobody but his naked wife. Congratulations, my nigga, you won a prize. I'm so sick of having to deal with someone who consistently disrespects the people who put him in position. He disrespects us as consumers. He disrespects us as black people. He just disrespects everything that we've ever tried to do to be a part of his life. And to that I say, let's just stop supporting him. If he wants to get support, let him get it from the other side of things. Let him get support from the Trump supporters who probably may or may not like him. Let him get support from those billionaires that turned their back on him. Let him get support from the people who he most definitely went up against. That's the fashion community that didn't even want him in the fucking room and laughed at him because he thought it was a designer. Fuck him. That's how I feel. Because we make we give him too many excuses to get off. I think the thing that set me off the most was the free Puff and the free my brother Puff. And we don't stand up and we watch this happen to Chris Brown and we can't let this happen to Puff. When in 2023, do you remember Drink Champs 2022, 2023? If you don't, here, let me play this clip real quick.
Devil is a defeated foe. You can't poison me. And by the way, y'all done already fuck with me so much. Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though?
Travis gave me the address. Right. But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you.
Wait.
Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car.
Wasn't Puff the feds to you? Wasn't it fuck Puff? Wasn't it a situation where you thought Puff was going to try to get at you and try to be gangster? Now he's your brother? A man who we seen beat his girl like a dog. Beat that girl like a dog. And now that's your brother. And now they're doing him wrong. And they're trying to get him for whatever you think they're trying to get him for. You're the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen in my life. And it's low-key at the point where it's sad. You do more harm than good with a lot of the stuff that you have. Your affordable clothing or your art form or all of this other shit that you keep putting in front of our faces, and then you flaunt your riches and like you're the greatest person in the world when your hands are just as dirty as everybody else's. it's just a situation, man, where I think we enable Kanye with our excuses. I have enabled him several times, a lot of the time, because he is, to me, still one of the greatest artists I've ever heard. He's produced some great music, but it's getting to the point now where I'm tired of trying to separate the music from the man, because the man is a piece of shit. Sorry. That's just how I feel. You sit up here and you go against everything that you used to stand for. And now it's just, you belittle people. You flaunt your riches when you was sitting up here crying broke 4 or 5 years ago when you was with the Kardashians. So now you up, and it's up for everybody. You don't sit down and do real hip hop interviews anymore. You have somebody to massage your ego while you do these interviews. I watched that Download interview. Wow, what a piece of shit that was. No real interviewing at all. You just had somebody massaging your balls the whole time. No disrespect to Justin LeBoy. I understand that you just got the job and you just want to be around. But at the end of the day, man, we put you in that position. We put you there. A lot of us have been rooting for you for a very long time. And on this day, which is what, February the 8th, I can no longer support your bullshit. I can no longer I'm no longer giving you my money to piss on me or to spit on me or to call me broke nigga or dumb broke people or whatever the case may be. I'm sorry. It's just sometimes you have to say enough. And I know you got plenty of my money in your pocket. I bought the stem player. I've bought clothing. I've bought all of your albums. I've spent a lot of money with you. But I'm here to say today that stops. When that Bully album comes out, sorry guys, I won't be talking about it on this platform. He hadn't earned it. He doesn't deserve it. And I know I'm a small content creator, but at the end of the day, I think everybody should turn his back on him. Like he turned his back on us. There's nothing there anymore for us to. He doesn't bring value to black people anymore. Not in my eyes. And I don't think he has in the last 5 to 6 years. But what do I know? I'm just a nigga with a microphone on YouTube. But at the end of the day, I just feel like, and I'm just speaking from my heart, I just feel like I'm tired of the antics. I'm tired of the bullshit. Make music. Let it go. You've cried about the corporations blackballing you. You've cried about how people have treated you so unfairly just to get to a point where you're a billionaire again, and then you shit on us. Nah, I'm good. I don't need your albums anymore. I don't need your shitty ass fucking slides anymore. I don't need your too small clothing anymore. I think it's time for us to start anointing somebody else as one of the greats, because he has ran his course. He has done everything that he possibly can to make us look bad. And he's been the most ignorant rich nigga I've ever seen in my life. Sorry. I ain't with it no more. And you shouldn't either. Then he actually put out a video where he said that he was just trying to purge.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody. I want y'all to hear it directly from me, so you know this is me on my Twitter the whole time. Just to be able to purge, just to be able to express yourself in this world with all these things that people tell you not to say and things that you're going to lose. Like, I feel so liberated to be in a position where you could just say this shit. It's like say shit you used to say in high school. You know, you want to say something, but you're like, nah, I can't do this. I'm about to get me too. Somebody's going to quit. Somebody's not going to like me when I go to the restaurant and shit. And it's just like, at a certain point, man, you just get so wound up, and you just got to express yourself. You know, especially, man, there'd be so much woke shit, whatever they got. You know, I shouldn't even use that word at all. But when I talk about the Nazi shit, the Hitler shit, it's not just a statement of Jews and Gentiles. I don't even know what that means halfway, but it's it's more about freedom of expression. It's you can say, I'm gonna kill somebody, I'm gonna fuck your bitch for Bob, and then you can't say this over here. And I'm just huh?
I'm not shooting you no bill. And I might be the only person in the world that's gonna say that. But I'm tired of you copping pleas after you go through his whole rant about and disrespecting everybody. Again, I've never sat up here. I've always been a person who loves independent artists and people who taking their independence and moving forward. And I know Kanye is an independent artist now, and I've always tried to champion that because you as an artist are supposed to be able to earn from your art, from your creations. What you should earn all of it. And I've never talked down about somebody flopping or they shouldn't sell this or whatever the case may be. I hope this nigga album flops. I really hope Bully is the biggest flop that he's ever had. And it won't. And I'll probably have egg on my face. But he ain't getting my money. And if you're just as tired as I am about these types of people doing the type of antics that they always do, you should feel the same way. And you should most definitely keep your stream, keep your money if you buy albums. You should turn your back on him. Like he's turned his back on us. And I've never said that about an artist before in my life. But at the end of the day, at some point in time, as consumers, we have to show how much power we have when it comes to these artists and how they treat us or how they treat what we do for them. And honestly, he's got $2.7 billion. He shouldn't be worried about anything, right? You rich nigga. You got it all. So I was very disappointed in what I heard, what I seen, what I read. I can no longer put my money into someone who's going to be like that. And I've said that, I think I've said it before, or I just kind of been at a point where I was just fed up. And I was like, I gotta hear that. I gotta hear that new Kanye. I'm really gonna stand on it this time around because there's no way I could support somebody who supports another person that beats on their girl, or support somebody who sex traffics, or support somebody who does the heinous things that we're finding out. I can't be a part of that. I got a mama, man. Like my mom has been through a lot. I'll just say that. And me supporting that is supporting what she went through as a wife. Can't do it. Sorry. Hopefully you guys feel the same way. And maybe you can boycott in your own way. But it's just time for us to start taking these people who feel like they're bigger and better than us and start making sure that they understand that we have the power and we have the control over what really happens when it comes to their world, their money, their album sales, whatever it is. Like, we have to show our power. So with that being said, yeah, fuck you, Kanye. You earned that. That's all I got for this week, man. I don't have anything else. Very easy, short to the point show. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will most definitely see you guys on Wednesday. I'm going to come back with some album critiques. I'm most definitely going to talk about the Larry June album. Krept and Conan dropped a mixtape that I want to talk about also. And the Shy Cartier, she dropped a new single. All of that will be on Wednesday on top of whatever news that comes out by that time. So thank you guys for joining for another episode of Stem Society. Please subscribe to the channel if you like this content. Be a socialite, man. I love you all. Thank you for supporting me, and I'll catch you next week. Peace out.
Thank you for joining the STEM Society.